shit that women. Hold on. Bullet 9 and J got in that challenge that women.
Yeah, so Yungeen Ace just dropped a diss track called Problem. And you heard he dissed her mama. Or dissed Julio Foolio's mama. But it's wild because Julio Foolio mama just went live on Instagrams. And here's what she said about young Alicia Andrews. Might be shocking. Let's go.
Charles was a drill rapper. We all know that. I ain't denying it. We all know that when you say something, you go high, he go low. He gonna go below the belt. I ain't in denial of that. But like a fake page came on my thing and say, "Oh, well, ma'am, he was killing people." Who did he kill? Dookie. Who did he kill? When have he ever been interrogated for a murder? When have he ever been a person of interest? Yes, he talked about this stuff. Yes, he drilled about it, whatever. Yes, he did some stuff that I didn't approve of with his sons. Yes, he did. He's guilty of that. The boy ain't a convicted felon. The boy ain't killed nobody that I'm aware of, or whatever. That the police in Duval County, they not aware of it. When they did a RICO, on 45th, he wasn't a part of it. So, come on, stop looking at YouTube. Stop looking at YouTube. So, yeah, it is a big win for me. I am happy. I am very happy. Whatever. And I do know with first degree murder, premeditated murder, that is a hard charge to beat. You have to have everything there. And it has to be proven. So, okay, that's fine. Then a conspiracy, whatever, you have to prove that she did knowingly, you know what I'm saying, conspire. We don't really know that, but they knew she was guilty of something. They knew she wasn't innocent. They knew she wasn't innocent in this whole ordeal. They know she played some part. So, yeah, manslaughter, I take that. Yeah. Give her the max. I'm writing my impact statement, yeah, to give her the max. Give her the max plus add 10 years onto it. Yeah, let's do that. So
now I understand something real fast. The max is 15. We broke it down already, so if you need to see that or you want to see that or any of that crap, bro, we're not finna rehash none of that crap. But I will say this. The mother wanting justice for her son ain't really mad at that. Can't be really mad at that. Won't be mad at that. Won't pass any judgment on that. Because at the end of the day, mothers are entitled to feel how they want to feel. She wasn't drilling nothing. She wasn't shooting nothing. She wasn't doing all that. So that's still her baby. I think a lot of people who look at this stuff, and I disagree with a lot of y'all, is that y'all somehow believe that you have like mind control over your children. You only have so much control until you realize the environment is ultimately what shapes your child. If you walk around a house full of doctors, more than likely your child will be a doctor. If you walk around a house full of engineers, more than likely your child will be an engineer. There are those that typically go against the grain, but when you're surrounded by poverty, you can't think higher. That's why they tell you seeing is believing. So what I would like for y'all to do is, if you can, take a step back, get away from the diss music, and ask yourself this simple question. If you had a brother who was a rapper and you heard some of the stuff that Julio Foolio was doing, do you think you would have told him, hey, bro, you might want to not do that? All in agreement? Say aye. Ayes have it. So, if you hear that and you know you're telling your youngin', meaning your brother, don't do it, do you think you ultimately can stop him? If we're being honest, how many people are going to say it? All right. So now that we know that you can tell people, you can suggest to people all the time not to do certain things, they still do it. How many times have you told a child, don't do that, 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 and then you just let them do it anyways just so they can learn a lesson? The hot stove theory. You know what I'm saying? But what if you had a son and your whole entire existence is you making sure that all you can do is what you can do, and that's provide. Sometimes in your need for provisions for your child, you're not able to steer the ship. Some kids don't grow up to be structured in basketball, football, baseball, soccer, if you will. They just don't. What about the bevy of kids who ain't basically smart enough? Well, I don't even say smart enough, because I believe every kid can be taught. You just have to figure out a way to teach them and reach them. I'm not one of those people who believe, hey, you know what? Every kid should learn the same way. It doesn't, to me. Like if I told you right now, everybody right now, if you can, give me an equation for blank plus blank equals 10. I guarantee you'll see some 9 plus 1s, 8 plus 2s, 7 plus 3s, 6 plus 4s, 5 plus 5s, 4 plus 6s, 7 plus 3s, 8 plus 2s, 9 plus 1s, or even this even crazier one, 10 plus 0, or 0 plus 10. Why is that? Why did your brain just wire you to write something that way? Typically, they want you to write 5 plus 5. Anybody know why? The box that people try to fit people in, the labels that people try to write for other people to accept, everybody doesn't accept it. You can tell a child to do so many things. You can want so much for a child to be so many things. And you can say, it's my child, it's my child. They'll do this, they'll do that. All right. Okay. I can tell you this. At least Foolio wasn't a felon. At least he carried around legally. Can't say that about everybody else's child. So it is what it is. As far as her wanting justice and people getting mad that her son made drill music, man, he knew what the hell he was doing. I'm not about to sit up here and basically take that bullshit that everybody's trying to paint now that he's dead. I'm not saying he's wrong, but I'm saying he knew what he was doing. He knew the type of spirits and the type of energy that he was evoking. He knew that he was pissing people off, and they knew that they was pissing him off. His people was over there sliding too. They definitely were. His people was doing shit. They were saying stuff to him. Yungeen Ace, who lies about? All right. Your people got shot behind that. Your people died behind that. I didn't hear Julio Foolio's mom say, rest in peace to all the dead. We got to stop all the gun violence, man. I wish we could come together, all this shit. Community centers and Activision and after school programs, and let's make sure. I didn't hear her say none of that shit. That ain't never, you know what I'm saying? I don't hear her say none of that. All she wants justice for her son. But what about the victims of the people that your son hung around? What they say, birds of a feather flock together. So I get her saying my son didn't do anything, but if I'm hanging around a bunch of people who are doing bad shit and I'm a spokesperson for them doing bad shit, even though I didn't pull the trigger or nothing like that, I'm just as bad. If not even worse, because I have millions of people viewing this that will go on people's comments and try to agitate them and piss them off to do something. And I say he should have died? No, I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is I can't sit here and play the innocent role. But I will say this. Yungeen Ace, you got to be one of the dumbest goddamn kids ever on earth. Your song was played in a trial that you had nothing to do to paint a bunch of kids and young adults. I ain't even going to call them kids. To paint a bunch of young adults as shooters, killers, and all this stuff. That new diss song that he just dropped will be played in court. And they gonna bring his name up. You making it worse. Like, it gets to a point where it's like, bro, you might want to chill a little bit. You don't specifically got to do this in general. But he did. What was the point of dropping this shit? What was the point? I'm just trying to understand it. Oh, because Foolio died and they just had the damn stream and everything is all over. It's not over. It's just getting started. You might have screwed this girl over. That girl more solid than most dudes I met in these goddamn streets. Yungeen Ace, what the hell? You making it worse. You ain't making it better, bruh. If I was somebody that was around you and it was my homies and all that, I probably had to grab you by your neck like, bro, what you doing? They brought up the mother being shot in her damn trial. She had nothing to do with that. You don't give a damn about them dudes. Watch yourself, Youngeen, because they might do some bullshit and flip on you and bring you into this trial. Then you're going to be brought up on conspiracy charges. Just shut the hell up until everything is over and done with. But let me know your thoughts on this one. Did I get it wrong? Did I get it right? I don't know. Click right here because 2K baby just got exposed for DoorDashing. And I don't know if it's a skit or not. You be the judge. Click right here, click right here, click right here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Or if you want to get through your day, click right here for the playlist, and we do the same thing. Subscribe, turn on the best notified, share to keep your people aware. I'm gone.